All right, welcome to level 5. We have a triangle and we're being asked to plot a prime, b prime, c prime if k is 13/12. Rotate the ruler. I'm going to measure the distance from A to C. That's the furthest away. So that looks like it's at 3.95. Let's zoom in to make sure. Yep, that's 3.95. And if we keep zooming in, you see the numbers pop up. Zoom out. K is new over old, and our K is 13/12, so I'm replacing the K with 13/12. I've measured the distance from O to C, right? So that's our old. The new would be O to C prime, wherever we're going to plot that. The distance from O to C is 3.95, so we have 13/12 is OC prime over 3.95. I'm going to cross multiply the 3.95 to the 13. We have 13 times 3.95 divided by 12 is O to C prime. Multiply that and divide by 12, and you get 4.27916 repeating. I'm just going to round it to 6 decimal places. Really, I need to round it to 3 decimal places because that's as accurate as the ruler is going to be. So let's go and plot that. 4.28. If you want to get your A, B, and C all at the same time, click on the A point, click the shape, and it copies it. Drag the C prime to 4.28. So 4.2, and the C is on this green line. You see where this green line here, up here? So that's where the C prime is going to be. So 4.28, like that. And if you want to be super sure about it, you can zoom in on that point. 4.25678. Like that. For the B prime, I'm going to do the same thing. That looks like 3.77. Let's zoom in and have a look, just to be sure. 3.767. That's 3.77. Once again, the ratio of similarity is new over old, so I'm going to put my 13/12 is equal to my O to B prime, which is my new length, over O to B. The O to B prime we measured as being 3.77. I'm going to cross multiply my 3.77 times the 13, then divide that by 12, and that will give us 4.08417. So we're rounding to 3 decimal places. 4.08. It's going to be at 4.08. I'm going to click on my line plotting tool. 4.05678. Okay, and you can also use your arrow keys to move it to exactly where you want. Let's zoom out, rotate the ruler through A, and do the same thing again. And let's zoom in to that point again. Sorry, 2.475, let's say. 2.475. Ratio of similarity is 13/12, which is new over old. I'm looking to find out where to plot my A prime. The new is going to be O to A prime over O to A. We measured O to A as being 2.475. 13/12 is O to A prime over 2.475. I'm going to cross multiply my 2.475 times the 13, and then I'm going to divide by 12, and that will give us 2.68125. 2.68. Let's go and plot that. 2.68. 2.56. 2.68 right here. Let's zoom out. And we can see that these two triangles are similar. All the sides are parallel and all the angles are congruent, so it looks good. Notice that the sides are parallel. Notice that as we move this ruler, it stays parallel. So we can use this ruler as a parallel device. I'm going to show you an easier way to answer a similar question. I'm just going to press enter. And of course it's right. Here's our ABC, and we want to plot triangle A prime, B prime, C prime if K is 13 divided by 5. And I'm going to show you an easier way. So I'm just going to click on the shape to copy it and drag it away. Find the length of O to one of my sides. I always find it easier to find the one that's furthest away from the origin. So I'm going to go O to C. That's 3.84, I guess. Let's zoom in to be sure. You don't have to zoom in. Well, it's 3.84 and a bit, but if you wanted to say 3.844, you could do that. K is new over old, K is 13/5. We're trying to figure out where to plot the O to C prime. We've measured O to C, and we got 3.844. I'm going to replace the O to C with 3.844, and then to calculate the O to C prime, I'm going to cross multiply the 3.844 and multiply the 13 and then divide by 5. And that will give us 9.9944, so really close to 10, extremely close to 10. Notice 10 is kind of off the screen, so I'm just going to grab this triangle drag it over like that. Take my whole shape, drag it over, really not quite on 10, but just a little bit shy of it, just something like that. If you want, you can zoom right in on that, but I think that's good enough. I was telling you about the parallel trick. I know that I've just copied that shape, so my B prime C prime is parallel to my BC, and my AB, my A prime B prime is parallel to my AB, and my A prime C prime is parallel to my AC. I can reposition the B and the A by using the ruler, keeping the ruler parallel, making sure it goes through B and through C. I'm going to rotate that. I'm going to move the ruler. If I can then extend the B to where the ruler meets the green line right here. I'm just going to take my B and drag it like that. Remember, you can use the arrow keys. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the A. Take my ruler and move it onto the A, and then rotate it so it goes through my C point. Move it so the ruler crosses through the C point and through the green line, and this is where my A point is going to be. I'm going to take the point, I'm going to drag it to that spot, like that. There is the shape. Press enter. And that's how you do a level 5 type question. Have a good day.